Nothing below, nothing above. No matter how low I get, Lord, you are enough. Nothing can separate me from your love. Nothing can separate me from your love. Lord, you are King of kings. I'm here to give you everything. It's my whole life that I am offering. I give it over to the King of kings. I give it over to the King of kings. Nothing before me, nothing in my past. Even in the storm, Lord, your peace surpasses. Nothing can separate me from your love. Nothing can separate me from your love. Lord, you are King of kings. I'm here to give you everything. It's my whole life that I'm offering. I give it over to the King of kings. I give it over to the King of kings. I give my heart, I give my soul. Lord, I give up control. Every part of my day, Lord, it's yours. Have your way. Give my heart.
Giving honor to God, who is first and foremost in my life. I won't be before you long. I'm not sure what this is. It's a word from the Lord. I know that much. Giving honor to my mother and all the mothers out there. I just want to talk to about my mother real quick. Um, um, 18, 19, I believe. Me and my mom got really, 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 really close. And we started to build a relationship. And she was there for me from that point. I'm not saying before my life. I'm saying what really, really detailed in my life. She was really there for me. She told me call her anytime I needed prayer. I didn't really understand that back then or anything like that, but I did understand I needed prayer. So all those times that I actually needed someone to talk to, she never judged me. She just prayed with me and she just listened. Like, And even in her poem or in her words, there's something in there. And she would always say certain things. I'd be like, what? But but it was always something that I could grasp from it. And I do thank God for that. So when I got pregnant, she was right there. When I was married, she was right there. When I before I gave birth to my daughter, my mom was right there. My last meal, my mom was right there. So I give honor to God for my mother who prayed for me for so many years when I was out there doing whatever, God knows what. But I just thank God for having a mother that was right there for me. So I always encourage people, I don't care what your parents did to you. I honestly don't care. It has nothing to do with that because they're simply humans. They're humans. They make mistakes, they make errors, make mistakes and errors in life, and they're just doing the very best that they can to how to mature you into the adult that you need to be. So forgive your parents, whatever they may did to you yesterday, the day before, 5 seconds ago. It doesn't matter because they are here for a short time, not as long as we would think they would be here. So we want them here forever or anything like that. But sometimes it's not like that. I just see a handprint on the window. But all right. But I'll be coming from Matthew, the fifth chapter, beginning at the 25th verse. And I believe we all know this story about this woman, and this woman to me is like a replica of my own entire life. Okay. So, Matthew, the fifth chapter, the 25th verse. And it says, "Now a certain woman had a flow of blood for 12 years and had suffered many things from many physicians. She had spent all she had and it was no better, but rather grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came behind him in the crowd and touched his garment. For she said, 'If only I may touch his clothes, I shall be made well.' Immediately the foundation of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of the affliction. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that power had gone out of him, turned around in the crowd and said, 'Who touched my clothes?' But his disciples said to him, 'You see the multitude, excuse me, you see the multitude thronging you, and you say, Who touched me?' And he looked around to see who had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell down before the Lord, before him, and told him all truth. And he said, 'This depart from me.' And he said not anything else, but he said, 'Daughter.'" The very first word he said to her was, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your afflictions." I just want to just briefly talk to you about this woman who suffered for many years. Many years. And if you can think about before you got saved, before you became super Christian, you was somebody else, totally different for years. For years. And if it had not been for the Lord who came through and said, "I'm going to save you, I'm going to heal you, I'm going to redeem you," you would have still been in that same affliction. For many years, I would just talk about myself. For many years, the person that you see and Facebook keep on showing me was not me 2 years ago. That was a totally different person, a totally different character, a totally different just idea of living. Trust me, I would have never thought I would wear a dress a day in my life. Uh, now I have three of them, but for many years I was suffering in sin and bondage and hatred, and I was so mean. I was known as the mean sister. Like, you couldn't even talk to me. But I was just so mean, and I just had such an anger. That's because out in the world, you think you're having fun. I always tell people you think you're having fun, but it's a way for you to get sucked in. All of those things that they think the drinking, that's all church talk about, the drinking, the partying, the smoking. But if you look at what Noah did in those times, what did they do? Oh, we're going to go party. We're going to go do this. We're going to go do that. It ain't never going to rain. And then what happened? It rained. And then they were salty because everybody, I'm sorry if I said salty, but it's like, it was salty because they was like, "Oh, let us in, Noah. Let us in. We want to come in. It's raining out here. It ain't never rain out here," but he told you, he warned you that it was coming. So out in the world, they prepare you for nothing. And they steal everything that you have from you. So everything that God prepared you to be and wants you to be, whoever I was almost 2 years ago, that's not who God called me to be. Whoever the mentality that I was back then, that's not who I am. The character back then was not who I was supposed to be. So my thing is, in this life, so when I talk to people, it's like you got to give up everything. And the very first thing when I got saved, God told me to give up was music. The music draws you in. The music changes you. The music changes your mind. It changes your heart. You could be sitting there, you could be like, "Oh, I feel good today." And 5 seconds later, you listen to, I don't even know who's out right now. But you'll listen to these people, and something on the inside of you changes. It changes your attitude. It changes your mindset. And people get weird with that. I don't listen to worship music. I need things that's going to protect my eyes and my ears and my heart, and that is God, because I know there's nothing else out there. I know for sure that I was out there suffering for 17 plus years. I didn't like anybody. Okay, so that's not Christ like. I didn't like anybody. I wasn't kind to anybody. And Christ, we are supposed to be kind and loving and patient. And I'm like, yo, get that stuff out of here. I ain't being nice to nobody. I ain't talking to nobody. I don't want to see nobody. So, even if you like me, that's nice. You know, that's nice. I don't want to talk to you no more. That's nice. I really did not care. But that's not the character of God. And I had to learn that. Like, I had to learn so much. And I'm still learning so much from God and who He is and the love that He has for me. No one could ever amount to that. That void that everyone's trying to fill with the partying, the drinking, the smoking, the love or whatever, that love that they're looking for. That's not, you're not going to be able to get that without God. That's who's going to fill that void for you. That's who's going to be able to take you to the levels of your life that you never thought you'd reach. I'm back in school because of God. I have a popping business because of God. It's not because of me, it's because of God. So people ask me, how are you doing this? It's because of God. It doesn't matter what's going bad in my life, it's the pluses of Him. And that's what I'm looking at in my life. Like, let me get back to the script. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back to verse 25. It says, now a certain woman had a flow of blood for 12 years. For 12, she suffered for 12 years and had suffered many things from many physicians. So all the people that was around her, she gave all that she had. She gave these physicians all of her money. And you know what they did? They made it worse for her. She got worse. She didn't get better. She got worse. So you know when people they see you in your little bad era or whatever the case may be, they're mocking you. They're like, oh, oh yeah, you look good, but you out here looking dumb. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you look fly. No, you look dumb. Oh, you look decent drunk. No, it's not fun being drunk and hung over. It's not. Because when the world say, oh, that's funny, that's cute, it's not. You want to know why? Because now my character looks dumb. Everything about me looks dumb, but that's cute and that's fly or whatever y'all be saying. I don't know. I'm old, y'all. So, and all the people around her. So back in those days, you were marked as unclean for 7 days. This lady had it for 12 long years. Can you imagine that? 12 long years, not 7 days. Everybody stays away from you. Nobody wants, you're isolated. So imagine 7 days, but she went 12 years. The Bible doesn't say if she had family, if she was married or anything like that, but she suffered for 12 long years. Therefore, she was isolated for 12 long years of uncleanliness. Uncleanliness. Because she suffered from something that she had no control over. This came upon her body for 12 long years. And I know ladies know, like, if you ever have fibroids or anything like that, it keeps going. It does not stop. It's annoying. Like, I had surgery back in 2019, 20, and which was disgusting. It was really disgusting because I would show pictures to my sister. Um, and I would send it to her. She'd be like, don't send me that. And that's my sister right there. But, but I thought I was going to die. I had 6 blood transfusions. I was on the table. And when I woke up from surgery, I was crying my eyes out because I thought I was going to die. I wasn't scared to go to hell, y'all. It was just that I thought I died and nobody knew. You get what I'm saying? Like, but I still went out there and did whatever I wanted to do. Like, so my thing is, like, imagine being that for 12 years. Put yourself in this woman's shoes for 12 long years. She was unclean. Your body goes through it. Like she was drained to the top. I'm telling you, to the core. It's no coming back from that. She probably lost weight because of that, because it was so long. Excuse me. In verse 26, it says, and had suffered many things from many physicians. She had spent all she had and was no better, but rather grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, see, this is the thing. We all hear about Jesus and how magnificent he is, but they had the chance to see him, to touch him, to be in his presence, to just walk right next to him and say, oh, that's God right there. Like, but we have something that the Holy Spirit gives us right access to him as well. And we walk right past it like, oh, that ain't nobody. Like, that ain't nothing. Like, we could just play games with it. Like, I heard this story. This woman got saved from being a Muslim. And what touched my heart the most was that so many people, they hear about God, but they not receiving who he is. They know he's Lord, but they're not going to say that he's Lord until it's their last drop, like, Lord, help me. I don't care what religion you are. Nobody just want to be out like, oh, I want to die. Like, nobody thinks like that, like, unless something mentally is wrong with you. But nobody is seriously thinking like that, like, oh, I want to die. But these people had Jesus right there. And she said, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I will be made whole. This was me. If I could just touch Jesus. I remember being baptized what year were we in? 2025? 26. Last year, I got baptized, and I was so upset when they changed the date of me being baptized because all I wanted was God. All I wanted to be closer to God. All I wanted was that change with God. I just knew if I give God my all, I would always say it when I was out there in the world. If I get saved, I'm going to get real saved. I'm not going to get pretend saved, and I'm not going to have one foot in and one foot out. Like, oh, girl, he going to save me. Like, no, I wasn't like that. It's either I'm going to be saved or I'm not going to be saved. It's one or the other. So when I see different things, I don't understand it. I don't get it because I'm like, why are we mixing the two? Because there's no two to mix. So I'm a little confused about that part. But what I'm just going to say for me, I'm going to serve the Lord regardless. And this is what this woman saw. If I just can touch him, if I could just be next to him, if I could just touch his clothes, I know I would be made whole. Excuse me. For she said, if only I may touch his clothes, I shall be made well. Immediately, not 20 years from now or 7 days from now, you're going to get a blessing. It's not that. Immediately, she was made whole. I just saw my brother. Immediately, she was made whole. And her foundation was dried up. And she felt her body that she was healed from the affliction. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that power had gone out of him, turned around in the crowd and said, who touched my clothes? But his disciples said to him, you see the multitude thronging you, and you say, who touched me? And she looked around and he looked around to see her, and who had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what she did. Have you ever been in the presence of God and you just felt something totally different that you could not control what was going on the inside of you? And I cry more now than I ever did in my entire life. I cry more now than I did in my entire life. It's because of God. It's because of God. So the closer that you get to God, it's something sweeter. It's something different. And he said unto her in verse 34, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction. Praise God.
Nothing below, nothing above. No matter how low I get, Lord, you are enough. Nothing can separate me from your love. Nothing can separate me from your love. Lord, you are King of Kings. I'm here to give you everything. It's my whole life that I am offering. I give it over to the King of Kings. I give it over to the King of Kings. Nothing before me, nothing in my past. Even in the storm, Lord, your peace surpasses. Nothing can separate me from your love. Nothing can separate me from your love. Lord, you are King of Kings. I'm here to give you everything. It's my whole life that I'm offering. I give it over to the King of Kings. I give it over to the King of Kings. I give my heart, I give my soul.